one VHS tape that I found, an overview of our world. It was so inspiring. Another man that inspired me was a man named Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo created a film called America, Freedom to Fascism. That film was seen by millions and millions of people across this country and sparked a revolution that led into and fed into the Ron Paul revolution. I was driving through Manassas, Virginia, and I was driving over the paved roads where a Civil War battlefield was. And as I'm looking at the storefronts and I'm looking at the restaurants that have sprung up, I wondered if those soldiers even thought, as they were fighting to restore the Union, did they think about those people that would be scurrying about looking for the next sale? Probably not. They were concerned with freedom. That's what I'm concerned with. That's what the people in this room are concerned with. We find ourselves here today because we have felt the shift away from freedom. The people in this room have not forgotten nor taken for granted any American soldier who has fought to preserve our freedom. Those soldiers fought to preserve the Union. Likewise, we have a job to do, to preserve the Union. We are the new soldiers in the Second American Revolution. We will not let our freedom be stripped away. We will not offer up our wives and our children to be digitally strip searched at checkpoints.
Amen.
We will not let our wives and our children be digitally strip searched at checkpoints, at airports, at bus depots, at train stations. When does this end? It ends today. It ends with each one of us. We must draw the line in the sand. I believe the TSA is now the new front line in the war on freedom. Today, as I've been traveling the country, I've seen a lot of these body scanners shut down.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, it's interesting to note that there's a man here, and this is a magazine called Homeland Security Today. I'd like to introduce you to David Silverberg. And in his most recent letter to the letter from the editor, he says, I read this, my jaw dropped. He says, while there is real legitimate concern about terrorism and illegal immigration, and vigilance is always necessary, this country has never been helped when extremists led the charge into murky realms of insanity and absurdity, and we've been seeing a dangerous trend in that direction over the past year. We haven't. Oh yeah, extremists? Wait, what? This nation was founded on extreme behavior. Have we forgotten? This is the Homeland Security Today magazine. I feel real safe. He continues, he says, the framers of the Constitution were fully aware of people's propensity towards hysteria and emotion. That's why they created a Congress to stand between passion at the grassroots and the making of government policy. That's what he believes Congress is for. To stand between us and them, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. But this guy is a threat to freedom.
Yeah.
And I was in Phoenix last week, and I was at the Freedom Summit, hosted by Freedom's Phoenix and Ernest Hancock. And as I was traveling through the airport, I picked up another magazine here. This is Newsmax. And I was blown away again at the cover of this magazine. Red, white, and blue, stars and stripes forever, all that good patriotic stuff. And then it says right here, the revolution begins. Where have you guys been all this time? The revolution's been going on for years! And then on the cover they have, they have Sarah Palin, they have Glenn Beck. And I'm thinking, no. We need to have Stuart Rhodes. Leadership. These are the men that belong on the cover of this magazine.
Amen.
To their credit, they did put Rand on here. There's a great article about ending the Fed too. So there is something that's brewing here in this country today, and it is because of the people in this room who are taking action right now. The message of freedom and liberty is infectious. That's why we see mainstream media starting to parrot the words of Ed Griffin. That is why they are parroting the words that come out of my mouth. I hear Glenn Beck go, it's time to restore the Republic. I said, what did he say? I said, last month he was calling me, because I'm a Ron Paul supporter, he called me a terrorist. Has he seen the light suddenly? I don't know. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. But the bottom line is, the message resonates with the American people. And that is why it's so important for each one of us to have the courage to stand and speak, merely speak, the freedom message. If we do not practice free speech, we will lose it. We will lose it. We see our freedoms crumbling all around us. We see the Patriot Act, we see all the TSA checkpoints. And there is another component, there is another threat to freedom. And that threat to freedom is every single one of us in this room. And I say that because if we do not act, we are complicit. When we look ourselves in the mirror every morning, we have to ask, what am I going to do to preserve freedom today? It can be something as little as placing a business card in a gas station slot that has a website on it. It can be as simple as burning a DVD and passing it to a friend. It could be as simple as handing a magazine to somebody. Or standing out front and handing out flyers. But we have to be willing to do it. No matter what little chatter we hear on the side and little snickers of people saying, oh, you're an extremist.
Good.
Southern Poverty Law Center has recently labeled me Patriot number 9. I'm an extremist. Keep it coming. I love it. Attack me all day. Because, hey, I'll add it to my resume. All right, now, I want people to get involved. I want people to take action. And one way we are taking action, we have a website called rtr.org. The latest inception of this website is so explosive. I've seen thousands and thousands of new members joining up in the past 30, 60 days. And it was funny. I was monitoring the news feed. It's very much like a Facebook-style website. I'm monitoring the news feed, and some user is posting. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I'm getting such an education here." And I said, "That's exactly why we made this site." Users are flocking into the site, coming from Facebook and MySpace and Twitter and all these places, and they see the red, white, and blue, and they come in, and then all the members start posting links and videos, and start browsing and start educating themselves. It's a wonderful thing to watch. And if you're not, how many people are members of RTR.org? Okay, not enough. Not enough. I want everyone to go home today. I want you to type in that domain, rtr.org, and I want you to join, and I want you to take action with us, and I want you to restore the Republic together. Like I said, the greatest threat to freedom is each one of us. We do not act. Now, what am I going to throw in to the tea barrel here? I've got a TSA badge.
Yeah!
I'm a junior officer for the New Hampshire TSA. I got that when I went out and covered the story that Stuart Rose was out there. I know that's another topic for another day, but I'm going to drop this in. Now, there is a man